Oh, what's good, family tree? It's your boy Jedi for Jedionline. I'm in my yard. I got Poet behind me. It can only mean one thing. Wiley Speaks, the one post show with Poet. Gonna do a reaction on this. Gonna watch it Sunday morning, so I'm just gonna kick back and just be on a slow one still. But yeah, we're gonna watch this and see what Wiley's chatting about. Poet, I don't know the dude, you know. Seen some things about him on the internet recently, but I just know he's like a host or whatever, presenter. He's done quite a few bits. I don't really know what to say about him. I don't really know nothing about him, but yeah, he's out there doing his thing, young man. So yeah, big up to him, and obviously Wiley, Grime, Godfather, outspoken social media influencer where he was, and now scapegoat. This is how I see him. So yeah, let's watch this and see what's going on.
What's going on, everyone? Coming up next is a Wiley interview. We're fully aware here at Filthy Fellaz the things that have happened with Wiley as of recent. He's had a bit of a bad spell, and he said some things that over here we don't agree with.
Can I just say, yeah, big up Filthy Fellaz, yeah. Regardless of what you think about them individually. See, Filthy Fellaz, Sidemen, Mandem, all these little clicks. Oh shit, I fucked up. Hold on. I fucked up my little. Yeah, I knew it. Look. Fucking with the illusion. Right. Forget you seen that, yeah? Let's get back. Sidemen, all these little Mandem clicks. I rate them because they're getting together and they're trying to make a conglomerate. Yeah, I tried to make a conglomerate, but I didn't have the right team members. But you know what? At some point in time, hopefully there's enough man on the same wavelength that we can form like Voltron. We can connect like Rasclout, Megazord, and make some power moves. But until then, you're probably just gonna see Jedi with like his mates, his random mates, and that they all got jobs and lives and things that they do. But yeah, man will be building his own. Well, anyway, just watch this space. Anyway, I'm chatting too much.
Wiley's an individual though that I've grown up watching predominantly all my adult life. He was one of the first people that I saw on television, I saw on radio, and I really believed to myself like, rah, this guy is creating something that could be extremely, extremely big very, very soon. And today here we are. Wiley is who he is, and there's so much other people in which he's helped grow, and there's so many careers in which he's helped birth, and he's done so much, and I don't...
Yeah, but like you can't deny it. Wiley's been very pivotal in grime music, and as like a musical kind of figure. I couldn't tell you hand on heart. I'm not gonna bread Wiley in it. I'm not just gonna bread him. I couldn't tell you what he's done and that. I feel like if Wiley didn't create grime, someone else would have done it. Wiley weren't like at the cutting edge with the sound. It was more than just one person. There was other people that was involved in, experimenting and that. I ain't even always liked Wiley's music. I ain't even actually really rated Wiley lyrically. But I do know he's got some songs, and I do know that he does his thing on a microphone thing, on a grime thing. He's definitely bad, but yeah, like he's getting a lot of praise, and yeah, man, big up to the man them that don't feel no way to show love, innit, or pay homage or whatever. But I think we should keep it balanced, though.
Don't believe he's the person that people are making him out to be. I don't believe that for 1 second, purely because I know him on a personal level. So I can tell people, I don't condone racism in any capacity. I don't condone any type of prejudice. But the one thing I'm not going to do in life is let people allow a massive error to dictate the rest of somebody's life.
I rate Poe for that, like regardless, like what, stand up and ride up for your brethren. I fucking rate it, because I've been shook to fucking speak up for Wiley, and I ain't no one, and you got a little platform. So I rate you. In fact, I've rated everyone that's spoken up. Fuck whether Wiley's got MBE or OBE, or whether he smokes crack or sniffs coke, or whether he's a cunt. Forget about all of that, yeah? Forget about all of that. If he's your brethren, or he's someone that you work with, or someone that's like helped you or influenced you, yeah, speak up for man if you got love for man, because you can clearly see the witch hunt thing. Yeah, he said some fucked up shit, but it's bait to see the witch hunt thing. You know, it's bait, man. Anyway,
This is the opportunity to hear Wiley's side of the story. I'm not saying you have to agree with everything he's saying. I'm not saying you don't have to agree or disagree. What I'm saying is let's just give him a chance to speak, and we move from there, you know? Thank you all. I love you all. Trust me, fam. I would never, ever disrespect anybody. It's not part of my makeup.
I did happen to stumble across the Filthy Fellaz podcast where he was telling man that they live with their mum and them think that, get me, and like, rare, lucky your mum, I'm surprised your mum ain't kicked you out and them ones there. So you kind of would disrespect someone, innit? Like, obviously, this is why I don't like to say dumb shit like that. Like, oh, we'll never disrespect no one. Yeah, I would disrespect you, your mum, your dad. I would. If you deserved it, if I felt you deserved it. I'm not a disrespectful person. I said, I ain't going to disrespect you for no reason. But if it gets to that, yeah, I'll disrespect you. Yeah, of course I will. There's a reason to disrespect a grandma, man. Come on, man. You like, not everyone deserves respect. So, but you got to be honest. Don't paint yourself like this is what you should be learning from Wiley. Don't paint yourself into any kind of moral high ground or corner or pedestal or anything like that. Just tell them, listen, I'm scum. I'm a scumbag. I'm a fucking scumbag. Expect scumbag shit from me. That way, your expectations are low, so you ain't gonna try to hang me the minute that I use the wrong fucking soup knife or some shit. Cause like that's the way they be coming down. What? He swore. Isn't he supposed to be? What? He drinks. Isn't he supposed to be this? Oh, what? He get me? What? Like people like basically what I'm trying to say is people really trying to hold you to the things you say, innit? So it's best you don't say shit like I would never disrespect anyone that's not on me, because we all know that's bullshit. We know that's bullshit.
But the one thing I won't do is hold back somebody that I know is actually a decent human being, and I want you lot to see some of the good, that's all. Alright? Respect and love.
Big up Poet for that one still. I rated that little intro.
Big man, big man, big man.
Oh, go on.
You know when you wait 4.5 hours?
Yeah.
And I still have to buy you a drink?
You get me? That's how it goes still. You know, it was. You know when you say, but I was doing this, I was doing that, I was just rocking, bruv. I was trying to get here early as possible. 3 o'clock was meant to start, innit?
Yeah. And you decided to turn off at whatever time it happens to be now?
No, man, I was probably 2 hours late there. 4 is low, 4 is a stretch.
We're here today. It's a nice day. The one thing I will say is, when I booked today, it was time ago. And then I found out you were going to be here.
Yeah.
But before I booked today, it was way before.
Where was you going, Patter?
No, I was in Patter, yeah, but I was just coming to just come and have a nice time.
Okay,
it was
good,
way
good.
before the situation on Twitter.
Yeah.
And it made me go to myself, do you know what? Sometimes you never really know what you're doing until tomorrow, until today happens.
Yeah.
It changes the course of tomorrow.
That's true.
Has that situation has it changed the course of anything you're doing right now directly for you? Outside of the things that will happen directly to you from external factors, has this changed the course of anything for you? Just like...
I see my man in the back. He's fully like starring in this fucking documentary. My man in the back, busting a yawn, folding up his little... What's he got in his hand? His phone or his hat? Looks like he's waiting for a shot.
No, what it has done though is it helped me just to realise how powerful the brain is, and if you use it correctly, you can get great results. That's exactly what it did.
And if...
Is it just me? Does Wiley look straight away way more comfortable? So basically, I see when Wiley's nervous, he's got a different kind of pattern of movement, and that he looks way more comfortable with Poet. Obviously, he says that they've known each other for a while. And I'm going to say, I could be wrong, but he looks healthier. Yeah, he looks healthier. He looks good, man. I know people want to see Wiley stressed out and putting his hair out, but he looks presentable.
The thing is, I think there's so many examples, Wiley, of you using your brain in the right way for you to...
I know, you don't know at the time when you're doing it.
But you do something wrong.
Yeah.
You don't actually realise until... And I know it sounds ridiculous.
Yeah.
You can identify now, because I've done things on Twitter, I'm like, oh, you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
So long later. And I've done things on Twitter that I haven't put much thought into. And then someone's reminded me years later, do you know how idiotic that was?
Yeah. And then
You didn't even have that process, because the mistakes I was making were like in 2010.
Yeah. Well, Twitter's a place where everyone just chats stuff. I know. I get it. I get what you're saying.
Do you know what I'm
coming
from?
It's that type of place where...
It was that type of place where you have a very, very irresponsible talk at times, because you feel like you're just talking to yourself.
Yeah, but the world's changing.
In what sense?
Well, Corona is one start of a change, trying to, like, separate people even more.
Facts.
And like, oh, BAME people are more likely to... Mate, listen, I'm going to be honest with you.
Go on, family.
You see this air we breathe with these trees and this sky and this... No human is too good for it. None. No human is too good for breathing fresh air. So, a mask and all the rest of it and all the stuff in play, I get it. But, mate, fresh air is all you've got, mate.
Sometimes, yeah, people say you talk coded, but I don't think you do. I think you just
Some people, though, if they don't know that field of where of what you're in, or people around you who talk like that, maybe. I'm not really, though. Most people who from London would be able to sort of understand, I think, what I'm saying.
So do you feel then, at the time when you said what you said,
on the internet,
you said it to talk to a particular demographic of people that may have understood the translation, but then forgotten that there's loads of people here?
Well, basically, what I said was very direct.
Yeah.
So I don't think there was any question about who I was talking to. I think that removing my ignorance and, you know, like removing the away, I still could have spoke to who I was speaking to, but I would have worded it differently.
Right, there you go. It's just the wording, Wiley. Man said this from day, bruv. Like, the way you worded what you were saying, you're entitled to your opinion. You could have covered your back a little bit more, unfortunately. Maybe you shouldn't have to do that, innit? But it is what it is. Like, you're playing the game, you're in the industry, you're on Twitter, you got 1 million fucking subscribers, like, or followers. Like, you know what the game is, innit? You've been on the inside, or close enough to the inside to understand that there's repercussions, bruv. You know this. You know about Mel Gibson. You know about all these people that have said funny things or weird things or racist things or anti-Semitic things or just the truth. But you know, you've seen the way that people have been dealt with in the past. So, yeah, Wiley, like, obviously, yeah, you've learned your lesson. Now you want to word things properly. But people were telling you this from a while ago, innit? Like, word your shit properly, bro. Like, stop going on the internet, spazzing out. It's not impressing no one.
But here's the thing. When you say words, you have to be very sure of what you're saying and what you're doing. I'm an MC, I speak for a living. So I am very sure of what I'm saying, whenever I'm saying it. Now, if I was drunk, which I wasn't that day, but if I was drunk and I went da-da-da-da-da, you could say he's drunk. But drunk people often tell the truth. And if I was sober, which I was, and I felt a way, you will never feel a way worse than when you're sober. If you're drunk and that, you feel a way, but you can drink another drink.
I totally understand.
If you're sober and you feel a way...
Bruv, it hits so hard, there's no hiding place.
There's no hiding place
when you're intoxicated, there's so many hiding places in your mind.
Yes.
And I actually understand where you're coming from.
You know that one.
At that point, there is no hiding places. So, okay, take me back to that day. There's no hiding places. Man's have this open conversation, and then reality has struck. Boom.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you're seeing loads of information coming to your Twitter.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, people are probably texting you, phoning you.
Wild.
At that crucial moment right there, because that's the moment where you've realized, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I don't think this was right, you know.
On that night, my train of thought did not stop from I saw Nick Cannon.
Yes,
I saw Thingy. I said, no way.
So have you inherited energy, you said?
Nick Cannon, obviously I was on my own thing anyway.
Yeah, of course, I know you're
Nick Cannon just flicked me into the pool.
So you were
to start
basically
swimming.
upset
was-
about a situation
well,
anyway.
Well, basically, for the last 2.5 years, the demographic of people have been trying to block me and do all sorts of shit to my career anyway. So 2.5 years and the last 20 anyway, on and off. Like, people don't actually know how much you know sometimes. And sometimes when you let something out or you rant, they'll look at it and think, oh my God, what's he going on about? Oh, he's mad. He's the...
Wiley. See, like I said, innit? Like, you're even talking about how people have been trying to block you already. So, you know, maybe what you said was a calculated risk, innit? Maybe you thought you could rile up the internet, yeah? You could rile up the internet, be a bumper hole. You get me? And it was just going to be, Wiley, he's on a mad one, Wiley. Blah, blah, blah. Maybe you didn't think it was going to get to this level. But you know that there's consequences in this game, innit? And I'm not condoning the consequences. I'm just saying that I'm aware that you're aware. And you're telling us now that you're aware of the type of blockages and things like that. So it's a risky road, my G. You get me? Like, comment, share, subscribe, all of that. Jedionline. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Spotify, and all that good stuff. REDPILLTRILL, REDPILLTRILL. Yeah, Wiley, go check out them tunes there. Poet, go check out them tunes there if you're listening. Go check out the musics and all them type of things and log in and click in. Cause you two seem like you're two man that like to talk real and say what you feel and love that. And I'm on that too. So maybe we've got more in common than I think, innit?
But, you know, a lot of what I'm going on about, it is deep-rooted, it's institutional, it's systemic, it's in place anyway. Am I surprised? No, I'm not, but it's in place anyway. Because remember this, yeah? One day, on that list, it said no dogs, no blacks, no Jews,
Irish.
no Irish. That's what it said. One day, it said that. In our nan and granddad's time, it said that, right?
100%. My dad tells me all the
It
time.
said that, right? It said that. By some way or another, black people are still on that list. Dogs have made it off that list. Irish do their thing anyway. Am I talking to them? No. Have I ever had a problem like this with it? Not really, no. Not when I say not really, I mean
No.
Have
not
I had
at
an
all.
argument with somebody in my class
He was Irish.
not because of what we was, but I was black and he was Irish, yeah. Was we friends 10 minutes later? Yeah. But I'm saying I've never had any type of... Because if we're the minority and we're struggling and we're... like my man's a traveller, and we're all travellers if we didn't belong there.
Yeah.
Or if we wasn't originated from there, you get me? So, but I've never had a problem with...
Nah! Wiley's got a lemon in his drink. On the side of his drink. Couldn't buy a man a one Guinness, bruv. Or a little Henny. Man's got a lemon on the side of his drink. Looking all cocktailish, sex on the beachish and that. Mad thing.
Anyone in business...
Pina colada business.
Other than
My Thai things.
some of the Jewish community that I've worked with, and the Jewish community does stick together. I'm not saying everyone's rich as hell and there is no people who are poor. There's rich and poor in every, right? But what I'm saying is, people had a problem with what I said the other day, and I felt that way. I felt like they got a big problem with this, and they're going to shut down this and this and this and this. But before even that, I already was on the net. I look a lot, and I saw the chief rabbi compare black people to monkeys.
Don't watch nothing Wiley, you know. Seriously. In this world or another world. Don't watch nothing. Whatever it is, man. You get me? I'm kind of hearing you loud and clear. And yeah, let's go and check out if there's a chief rabbi that compared black people to monkeys. You know what I mean? Just looking at some graffiti for some ideas and shit. Alright, man, alright. Fucking hell. How far did I scroll down? Yeah, sorry. I just need to check this. Do you know what? I'm a mug. Let me just do things properly now. Gets before teeth. Rabbi compares black people to monkeys. To monkeys. Let me see. Israeli chief rabbi compares black people to monkeys. It's 2018. It's a YouTube video. The monkeys during his weekly sermon. Let me hear this. We don't say a blessing for every Negro. Wow. We need to hold on. Let me make this so you lot can see this. Just so we can see that Wiley ain't chatting shit. Yeah?
לא הכושי מברכים, אלא צריך שיהיה כושי שאבא שלו ואימא שלו לבנים. איפה אתה תדע? אם אתה יודע, בפעם שאתה יודע, ואתה יצא להם בן קוף, יצא להם בן ככה.
Wow. By many Jewish people. Racially charged comment made by Israeli Chief Rabbi Yitzhak Yosef comparing people of color to monkeys is utterly unacceptable. And that's an ADL National Yehuda. I like that name. The Chief Rabbi compared a Negro to a monkey. Blah blah blah. They are who fled from crises in other countries, seeking asylum in Israel. Wow, they look like they're in a cage right now, bro. What's that? Believes that the African refugees are one of the biggest safety threats to the country. Okay, severe attacks on terrorist groups and this, and something much worse. The flood of illegal immigration from Africa. Yeah, man. Well, you know, well there you go. Wiley's comments, Wiley's statement that he just made is vindicated, I would say. Let's get back to Wiley.
And I'm not saying everyone in the Jewish community agreed with him. I'm not. But he said it. No 12 police went to his house. They didn't shut down his Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. And when I saw that, I learned something. You can't make somebody care about your history more than they care about their own.
Facts.
Because someone tried to throw there was Holocaust denial in there. There wasn't. That was a fake tweet. Someone made up.
Someone made up a tweet.
And threw in the mix.
I heard that tweet was real.
No, that tweet was a lie, because I don't tweet like... Do you know how to talk? Look at my tweets. I know how you... The
thing is, do you know what it was? Because I wasn't on Twitter at the time, someone gave me that tweet, and I didn't say... I can't lie, I didn't say to you, you didn't say that, or I didn't say he did say that.
No, but it just looked like it. But I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah.
If I show you my lyric papers, I just write. If I look at my tweets, I'm just writing.
So you would know...
One time I might be trying to be clever, you know?
Yeah.
Most you're getting out of me is a pause. That's the most. You ain't getting commas and port stops and... You know, like when I speak, you're not getting Grammarly out of me. That message was Grammarly.
Man's a Grammarly, you know, that man cracks me up. But I hear what you're saying. Anyway, so people trying to frame him and do fake tweets, you know what I mean, which obviously supported the whole he's anti-Semitic thing, because he was denying the Holocaust in the tweet. That was fabricated, yeah.
And it happens to everyone.
But it does. But that don't usually happen to me. People don't really make...
Hey, Wiley's a jittery dude, you know. I'm going to try. For the rest of this, I'm just going to listen like Wiley. He's a jittery dude. He's a jittery dude.
Fake tweets. Like, if I say Labyrinth, I'm going to smash that guitar over your head. You get me? When I said to Labyrinth, sorry, I'll smash that guitar over your head.
Labyrinth, come in. Nah, if I'm talking about you're going to smash guitar over Labyrinth's head. Labyrinth, man. What did Labyrinth do? Yeah? My man looks like a cool youth just trying to do up his musics and that, man. Talented brother. Labyrinth.
Do you reckon he could have got 12 police to my house?
No.
Let's go to Sky News now. Because now we've got to the point where you've spoken to me about the consequences of the actions and how you felt and so on and so forth. We know it, and I'm sure people can see.
Yeah.
We've got to Sky News now where you've gone and apologised. And for me, personally for me, that was an important thing, because I like when someone goes, do you know what?
I
As
was
much
wrong.
as I
Feel
said
this
what I
way,
said or
yeah,
feel this
yeah.
way, I was wrong.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I know
That was very
where I was
important.
wrong.
You were
I
aware
know
you was wrong.
where I was wrong as well.
Now that to me is very important.
I know where I
because
was wrong.
the first thing I think everyone is really upset about and really like, oh my God, because they don't know you well enough, is
Yeah.
they see some tweets and they go,
Yeah.
is that your trailer fault?
But like, even if that's his trailer fault, yeah, is he not entitled to his trailer fault? Ain't that his personal trailer fault? So we're at the era now. What Poe is saying is that we're at the era now where we got thought police. You know what I'm saying? We got thought police. Like, right, you can't be thinking like that. You can't have them thoughts in your head. But then on the same hand, we're a society that's on the verge of green lighting paedophilia, as in, or pedosexuality, as in people that are attracted to children but do not have the intention to harm them. So they're sexually attracted to children, they fantasize about these things, and they should be supported. It's a condition and blah, blah, blah. They've had it on the Victoria Derbyshire show, they've had it in the papers, they've had it everywhere. They're pushing this agenda that there's this pedosexuality where people cannot help their attraction to children, to babies, to vulnerable kids, yeah, the most vulnerable people in our society. These lot are attracted and fantasize about having sex. And that's okay. We need to have understanding. But now Wiley's got his views, and it's like, no, this can't be tolerated. We've got to wipe him out. We've got to silence him. He can't have a voice. We've got to make sure he's removed from every social media platform, who they themselves say is almost like a human right now, because the internet is being rolled out, 5G is being rolled out all over the world, and these things there, in the name of everybody having the ability to connect to the internet. And we know what runs the internet. It's porn and social media. Let's not front like there's anything else that the internet is used for more than porn and social media. So if you block man off of social media, you're essentially doing like a UN style sanction on man. You're putting sanctions on man for having his own thoughts or sharing his thoughts, speaking out loud. And I'm not with that. Even when people are saying shit that I don't agree with, even when people are saying shit that is against me, I'm not down with banning their freedom of speech. I would rather hear what they think so that I can prepare myself and people can be aware of what they think, than push their thoughts underground where people say one thing, like it's some sick duality. You say one thing on the internet and then in real life it's something else. It's fucked. I'm not feeling that.
Well, it would be really weird if it took me 20... I'm 41 now. I told them on YouTube, I'm not anti-Semitic, I just drew you out.
Yeah.
Just drew you out. I just wanted people to see what you lot are like. The people that I worked with within that system. And if you add on the people that they're connected to and the other Jewish communities that are going on and the anti-Semitic companies, and the boss of Universal, David Joseph, has got 2 anti-Semitic little companies flexing, and how they can come in and take your money and all this stuff that just screams the law and the police, then you get what I'm trying to say. Like, my thing was just to show my people, you know what? You know that unfair world that you lot kept talking about? It really does exist. Mm-hmm. And you know what? Once I say this, they're going to try and shut me down. But in spirit and in life, all that's going to happen is, kaboom, I'm just going to get bigger. Because you know why? My word is not vicious or malicious. They tried to say, oh, he's Hitler. No, I'm not.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. Hitler's a wicked man. I'm nothing like Hitler's got goons. Hitler's got tanks, guns, nothing like Hitler.
Yeah, any comparison to Hitler is just fucking laughable. It's like calling some black people or a black man the new face of race hatred or some shit like that. Like, because he's out there with his people and they're trying to get organised. Like, the language that is used to demonize the black man or a black thinker or a black speaker, a black spokesman, a black influencer is fucking ridiculous, man. And the disparity is shocking. So there's a chasm of difference, yeah? A chasm of difference between how these men are treated and them man are treated. And I see that. So I'm not co-signing what Wiley's saying, but I'm saying, to me, the way he's been dealt with does seem pretty heavy-handed. Pretty heavy-handed if you compare it with what has been said. But, you know, what do I know, man? What do I know?
I just clocked. And also, Twitter shut down. Who owns Twitter, do you reckon? Instagram shut down. Who owns Instagram, do you reckon? Facebook shut down. We all know who owns Facebook. YouTube shut down. Google, who owns that, do you reckon? So that's the first lot of people who have shown who they are. What I'm saying is the world is changing and everybody needs to change with it. And my thing was just drawing out certain, and you saw what came out and you saw what they said. And even down to like, yeah, Israel is your place, but come and get it. I bet you can't come and get it. Like, you know what I'm trying to say?
Who said that?
Exactly. So, and furthermore.
Who said that?
Alan Sugar, I don't hate you, Alan Sugar, you know. I just didn't know.
Was it Alan Sugar that said it? Come and get it?
What he did. I didn't know Alan Sugar was slightly racist. I didn't know. I'm a Tottenham supporter. Now, I don't even want to go into that. Alan Sugar, though, I don't hate you. Because you know why? The way you think you feel, I feel. So I love my people. If you love your people and you want to make jokes about mine, well, I love my people and I don't want to make jokes about yours. I just want you to know that I know and I'm not blind. And if you can only pull the wool over someone's eyes, you know, for so long until they say, oh, yeah.
Oi, Wiley's going off. He's going off. He's saying bits.
Yeah, he's got the wool over my eyes, you know that? So, you know, like I said, it is the business, it is the industry, but you'll find, no matter what I said, a community came out the other day and stuck together.
As an adult,
Yes,
what's your expectations of a ghetto youth?
I am a ghetto youth. A ghetto youth, to me, is someone who has had less chance than the other person. Now, a ghetto youth might turn it round, you know, and get a degree and do all of this and do all of that.
Facts.
Big up. I can't say nothing. Ghetto youths can be able to do anything.
Anything that they fucking imagine, anything they dream of, anything they ever wanted to do, they can do. They have the ability to do it. But is every door open to them? Do they have the access code to every door and be able to maintain their own culture, their own persona, their own thoughts? Or do they have to comply? Do they have to assimilate? Do they have to put on a uniform in order for them to get through them doors? Do they have to detach themselves from their backgrounds or from, their cultural values in order for them to succeed? That's a good question.
Because of the, the fact that he didn't have or she didn't have.
And you know what, like I said, this is how I look at life.
Yes,
When I'm younger, yeah, I'm a ghetto youth.
yes,
The struggles I go through as a ghetto youth
Yes.
is survival.
yes. And a lot
So
of it was
living's never even on my agenda.
Yeah.
I only started living when I had the financial opportunity to do so, to
You're
go
right.
back to say to my mum, you go do what you're doing
Yes.
now, and daddy, you...
How old
when
was
I
you
had
then?
My brother, this was like 6 years ago.
Okay.
So let's be real, I'm going to keep it very real.
Yeah.
Here. 6 years ago. Once I've changed and I've transformed now,
Yes.
you see all the mistakes I've done from the past?
Yes.
Vroom, vroom,
Yeah.
vroom, vroom,
Yeah.
vroom. Because
I'm not gonna lie, yeah, I love the way black people talk. You see the way we talk. You see Wiley's ways of Wiley's just mad animated. Paul's like vroom, 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 vroom. He's gone from that to that. Like the way we gesticulate, the way we animate ourselves, the way we illustrate our words, the words we use, the slangs, the variations, the dialects, this flipping from accent to accent, the body language is supreme fucking communication, bro. Honestly, man them have to celebrate themselves, you know. That's why in poetry, in music, in art, in whatever, like the language of the people is so fucking divine because it's birthed from struggle, it's birthed from colonialization, it's birthed from oppression, it's birthed from culture, it's birthed from history, it's birthed from anger and pain and love and sunshine and coldness and death and tragedy and triumph. It's that the language of the people is so fucking complex yet so simple that those that are not connected to that vibration, those that can't empathize with that vibration, can't really hear what's going on. So all they can hear is, yeah, blood, yeah, you get me. You know, whenever anyone ever tries to, anyone does like a comedic fucking impression of the hood talk, yeah, of hood dialect, whatever you want to call it, ebonics, whatever. It's always some, yeah man, that cap a nigga, yeah man. They just want them out, like they just don't get it. As simple as some things can sound, there's a million and one different fucking facets of that one word, and the inflection that the person has used to say that word denotes so much, far more than even the word itself. Anyway, I got off on a tangent, but yeah, I was just watching that moment there, and yeah, whatever, man. What are you talking about, Jeds?
Now, I'm no longer the ghetto youth.
Yeah,
I'm actually
yeah.
trying to make a transition to help all the ghetto youths, but the ghetto youth's still there. So essentially, I still have.
Well,
You see what I mean? The ghetto youth's still there, so essentially, I still have, and like, I'm not even gonna say innit, but if you know, you know. If you know, you know. Watch this. This is what I mean about. This is what I mean, man. Watch this.
Living's never even on my agenda.
yeah.
I only started living when I had the financial opportunity to do
why did I
so.
go back
To
so
go
far?
back to say to my mum, you know,
Sorry.
you go do what you're doing
Yes.
now, and daddy.
How old
when
was
I
you
had
then?
my brother, this was like 6 years ago.
Okay.
So let's be. I'm going to keep it very real.
Yeah.
6 years ago. Once I've changed and I've transformed now.
Yes.
You see all the mistakes I've done from the past.
Yes.
Vroom, vroom,
Yeah.
vroom, vroom, vroom. Because now I'm no longer the ghetto youth.
Yeah,
I'm actually
yeah.
trying to make a transition to help all the ghetto youths, but the ghetto youth's still there. So essentially, I still have.
Well,
This is the
yeah.
problem, this is the thing. I feel bad for them, but
Yeah.
at the end of the day, you make your bed, you need to lay in it.
Yeah.
With a lot of ghetto youths, they make a lot of mistakes in the commercial world because you've had an upbringing where you haven't been educated adequately because you're in a project.
But that's
And my
systemically
understand-
set up.
Now, my idea of
That's
a
why I said
project
systemic.
is something that you make to see how it goes, to see how you can build on it.
Yeah.
And I think if the man them, and I don't mean black people, I mean all ethnic minorities
Yeah.
have been in a project where
Yeah.
people are just trying to see what they can do, and if we can make it better here, and then we might do gentrification at one
Yeah,
point. And
yeah.
it just depends on how the people react, is how you then change the direction of the project.
Yeah.
I am not going to expect the best results from the humans coming from that.
No.
Purely because they're put in a situation where nobody knows the consequences of anything.
Yeah.
So then at 49 years old, 75 years old, 65 years old, a person from my community could be ignorant as fuck.
Yeah.
And I understand why.
Yeah.
The bad thing is, when we're ignorant as fuck in front of a commercial audience,
It looks nuts.
It looks
But watch this. But watch
crazy,
this.
bro.
Watch this.
And do you know what?
Watch this.
It is
Watch
crazy,
this. Watch this. No, watch this.
yeah?
Did you hear what happened to Ben Cook?
No.
Do you know who Ben Cook is?
No.
Ben Cook is an A&R, probably a label boss who was Ed Sheeran's guy. Ben Cook got fired. Do you know why he got fired?
Why?
Because there was a picture of him, and apparently at a Christmas party he had blackface. Stormzy said, either he leaves or I leave.
I rate that though.
That's behind the scenes crazy that you couldn't see. Just like you thought you saw me on Sky, crazy. What's that then? Behind, that's what I say. And that's not my business. I'm just showing you. If Wiley's mad on Sky News, what's that?
What's mad behind
What's
it?
that then? What the fuck is that then?
How did this guy use the situation?
Blackface, you know.
To make you feel?
No, I knew there was. No, I knew you'd done that. I said you was gonna do that.
Yeah, you
Whatever.
did. I
They
remember
sent the
you-
black
yeah,
boy. I was
yeah.
oh shit, they've sent the black boy. I'm like, mate, you think I don't know who Sky News is? But I'm saying, no, you thought that was gonna bust you. It's not gonna bust you. Everyone's gonna say you was cooning. And I like you still.
Wiley's bad. Wiley's bad. He's mad. Man said, and I still like you. You get me? You tried your thing. You think it's gonna make you blow, make you bust, but people just gonna call you a coon. That is deep. And I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I'm not really rating the Don that done that interview. I'm not rating him. Whether he did a normal interview and then someone else went to edit it or not, just the fact that you was there and then obviously as a journalist you're supposed to report the truth, but clearly you allowed yourself to be used to distort, because that Sky thing was edited, it was chopped up, it was like, yeah, my man said I think he said he did a 45-minute interview or something or whatever, and they just melted it down to some bollocks where he did look like he was spazzing. I think I did do a review on it. He did look like he was spazzing. I can't lie.
So this is what, from talking to you, this is what I see anyway, and that's what I see from a lot of individuals, myself, from the hood. We're all gonna make a mistake when we're from the hood.
We are.
Every single one of
humans
us.
will. No, all humans will.
They probably
all humans will.
I can only speak for my people. My people.
Yeah.
The mistakes we are gonna make, that I've all seen from us, I make them. I was making them on my own people.
Yes.
When I would say, all black men don't look after their youths. And it's I used to make them
Okay,
jokes
we need to change all of that,
I generalized so much that I even hurt the people
everyone
that
generalizes.
I love.
Everyone generalizes.
But you know what? I'm speaking, I have to just, I think everyone may do, but I'm going to keep it centered around my people.
Right.
What I'm noticing is all of us keep making loads of mistakes when we get to a commercial place that are we have ignorant things to say. But the unfortunate thing for us, it's so ignorant that now we have to apologise because that's not actually what we meant.
I've apologised for generalising already, and
you did generalise, and that was your mistake. Yeah, you did generalise, and you shouldn't generalise, innit? I think poet made a great a great analogy. Do you know what I mean? Of the way he even generalized his own people. So we all have maybe negative or misinformed stereotypes that we have acquired through distorted reflections of experiences and negative propaganda. Get me? So with the combination of you experiencing certain things, maybe you had a fight with one ginger guy. Now you're like, oh, fuck these gingers. Maybe one ginger called you nigger. So now you're like, gingers are racist. Now, what you've done is you've taken the actions of one or a few and you've superimposed it on a whole group, which is what we call stereotyping and generalizations. And, you know, it happens sometimes. It happens. We gotta make stereotypes in order for us to navigate socially through life. We gotta make quick stereotypes. But I think the trick is, even if you do hold some form of stereotype, is to be as informed as you can and also to be prepared to let go of that stereotype at the drop of a hat, at a moment's notice. You got to be like it's not even one that you can't even lean on the stereotype. Even if you're aware of it, don't lean on it. Just maybe have that there as a caution. Do you know? Couple Irishman roll up to you in a van and say, "Do you want to buy a DVD? Do you want to buy a brand new MacBook, bro?" Yeah. You've heard stereotypes that them man there will show you a laptop, and before you know it, they've done the David Blaine on you, and you're walking home with a box full of bricks. Yeah, that's a stereotype. Maybe some traveller guys are gonna roll up on you, and it's gonna be the real deal, and you're gonna get a fucking bargain. But to keep that stereotype there is kind of smart. Yeah, but to explore what gone could also be beneficial. So it's life, isn't it? We can't condemn man to hell. It's like people want to see Wiley dead or something. So,
I know, even though everyone except us speaking now, generalizing right now somewhere and stereotyping right now. Do you know why? Because when you look at a set of people or a person, straight away, whatever was taught to you comes to mind. Whatever you was taught. So if you was white and your parents didn't really like black people or Asians or anyone else, then you will know that. And you won't really have it with Asians or thinking maybe. Or you might break the mold, and you might. But basically, a kid is himself or herself and a version of those two parents. Because they say the apple don't fall far from the tree. But then that doesn't mean that both the dad and the son are going to marry the same woman from the same ethnic background. You get what I'm trying to say? So
it's going to be
yeah, it's going to be a little bit. Yeah,
has.
a little bit. So with that being said, it's like, for me, why do I know what racism is? Because I went to a school and I was the only black kid in it, and I was probably 5, 6, and the kid said, or 7 even, and the kid said, he taught me a rhyme, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a nigger by his toe. And I went home, and I said it, and my mum said, what are you doing? You don't say that. And she taught me then. Before that, she never said, Kylie, you're a black boy. You know, she never said that. What a lot of black people do is, they get thingy or earn money and they want to take their kid to a better life and they take them to a place where there's, but that's wrong. The way it's been set up systemically, it weren't set up to help us. And anyone whose shade of skin is closest to white always slides in and gets some kind of blight.
Oi, not any, like, see, like, the generalizations there again, saying anyone, but still, you could say, from your perspective, a lot of people, like this, we're talking about the caste system, innit? We're talking about white supremacy, yeah? We're talking about that being in the infrastructure. They call it racism, but obviously, like, it's a power, it's a control mechanism that's been placed upon the people. So even white people are controlled by it, and even, like, especially by being controlled by the thought that they are superior. That is a control mechanism to keep them working in a certain way and moving in a certain way, and not maybe stretching out the arm in another direction, or developing empathy or disdain for the rulership. You know what I mean? Because if you realise that really the rulership don't give a fuck about you or no one, then you're less likely to, do you know what I mean, to be getting fucking hoodwinked by them into thinking that, oh yeah, well, as long as we just stay over here and we don't like show too much empathy or fuck with them too much or whatever, or help them when they're in their issues, then they're not going to turn their eyes on us because we're one of them, innit? Like, but that's a false premise. And then there's many poor, disenfranchised white people that tell you the same. The difference is they've had their hate or their anger or their fear or their trepidation or whatever, they've had that weaponized against themselves and aimed at the ethnic minorities, aimed at the refugees and things of that nature, aimed internationally. So then you end up supporting corrupt, racist, prejudiced, international foreign policy. You start supporting your troops to go and bomb countries that have nothing to do with you. You start wading in on their on other people's politics, making decisions on who can have what and who can do what, imposing sanctions like we spoke about earlier, and you actually power the machine. This is why some extremists have a view of, oh well, if you're part of that society, then you benefit and you contribute to it. You help that machine work, so that's why you are fair game or whatever. That's like the narrative that's spun, innit? Like, I'm not feeling it, but that's the narrative that's spun. But you can kind of understand when people are desperate and they're like, look, like for instance, we talk about the police force. People talk about, oh, there's good police, rare. For me, a good police officer is only going to drive a bad police officer to a scene where they can go and kill another black man or black woman or black child or white man or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Like, good police officers, I've never seen two police officers fighting because one police officer, I've never seen a good police officer arrest his colleague for a flagrant violation of the law there and then. I've never seen that. I've seen them be so quick to put their hands on any member of the public, man, women, child. But I've never seen them grab each other like, nah, come on, guys. He's taking the piss. He's just punched him. He's just assaulted him. PC, I'm arresting you for... Nah, none of that. Pussies. So, yeah, you should be vocal and you should be aware that the powers that be are trying to manipulate us all to fight against fight amongst each other, control and divide and conquer. And you need to understand that even though the heat might not always be on you, as a human race, as humanity, the heat, we're all in the frying pan, we're all getting bun up. Do you know what I mean? And where they're trying to lead society isn't for the benefit of you or the benefit of me or the benefit of anyone. Like, it's for the benefit of, like, the 1%, which I think Wiley is trying to allude to. You know what I mean? And you can allude to these things without, or you can speak on these things without generalizing and offending any one group. The only group that should be offended should be the group that it is aimed at. And if they was to speak up to rebuttal the allegations made against them, that would be a fucking miracle, mate. Because, you know what I mean? But yeah. Big words today, innit? Yeah? Don't know what was in that spliff.
When they climb that ladder.
Do you, Mayor, feel, because you seem like you're a very observant person, Wiley.
I
Do
know.
you feel, because this is one thing I learned.
Yeah.
This is one thing I did learn from my family.
Yes.
You see, when I went to university,
Yes.
no one cared.
I did. I respect you for that.
When I quit uni,
Yeah.
there was more noise about me quitting uni than there was me getting uni. What that made me learn about life, I can even give you another example.
Yeah,
My classroom, 30 students, 3 bad students, bad class. That means 27 students were good, but 3 were bad, so now it's a bad class. It lets me know negative attention always gets more attention than positive attention.
Yes.
Now, that's not, whether it's right or wrong is a different conversation, but that is what it is.
It is.
Facts.
You put yourself in a position,
Yeah.
whether it's right or wrong, I'm not going to get into the,
Yeah.
I'm just letting you know, the position you've put yourself in is,
Yeah.
you've generalized the statement, you know this anyway,
Yeah.
which was,
No,
whether
sorry.
it's small or big,
Yeah.
the demographic that you're referring to,
Yeah.
because you've done something which is considered negative, which is negative, I'm going to be honest with you, when you say it like that and you're
Do
able
you
to look
reckon
at
that they're negative as well?
no,
The
of course,
demographic.
I'm not going to speak about
yeah,
that.
go on,
I'm-
go on.
me,
Yeah,
I like,
go on.
I like to dance a yard before I dance
Yeah,
abroad.
go on.
So let me just talk about my yard.
Yeah.
Boom, the yard. I think that was a move which now makes your opportunity to give us the knowledge that you actually have more difficult.
No, it don't. It doesn't, because they was going to block it. Mate,
Anyway, they were gonna
you
block it
can't give knowledge. People are always trying to change history. People have tried to change history in grime.
Yes.
People always think that they're the new person and they're going to change the history. I get it. You want the history to be you. I'm give you an example, right? Do you think the black woman has got a great opportunity in UK, working in UK business or entertainment as becoming a star? Do you think she's got as much of an opportunity as a white woman?
No.
I've worked...
No. But to be fair, yeah, no. A black woman or a black man, well, you're talking about a black woman, so black women don't have the same chances as a white woman. But what I would say is, it's a white country. And white people are rightfully so. If it is a white country, white people are rightfully in the majority. And therefore, I wouldn't expect for a minority to be able to get the same level of opportunities as the majority. Like, I don't know. I don't think it really makes sense. It's like saying white people should be able to go to Africa and get the same type of equality. Now, I know it's different because of how the politics is set up and the history of how why people are here and why people are there and whatnot. But in essence, I feel like if it's your country, then yeah, you should your people should find it easier to find a job than people that are not from there. That's fact. But you've not only done that, but you've stacked the odds against the black woman, and you have institutions that are at the core racist anyway. So it's not like, okay, the reason why you're going to miss out on the opportunities because there's simply more white people applying than black people. That's not what really going on. What's going on is your name might not even get you onto the shortlist. Your name on the CV, do you know what I mean? Or your image might just get you just like, that's the way already because you're black. I hope I'm making sense.
with every and anyone.
I know this.
To be honest, yeah, I'm going to be honest. When I first got into sort of this thing, music, entertainment business, whatever, right, it was like one black boy getting signed per year.
I remember that.
Yeah. It changed a bit, good. If Stormzy was in 2003, he wouldn't have got signed.
We know that though.
Jess Glynn is a perfect example. She shouldn't have spoke to me because she's a perfect example of what I meant. Jess Glynn, what, she got signed, whatever. Who's the writer? Jinjin, Best Beats. Prime example. Do you think Jinjin didn't want to be an artist? Do you think Jinjin didn't get ushered and into, yeah, you just be the writer. And Jinjin experienced what I'm talking about so that Jess Glynn could rock. That's why Jess Glynn, you got to be quiet. And that's the truth. That's the truth. So did Chase and Status. Anyone like who's kind of half Jewish or something and they're speaking now, they benefited. You know who the perfect person they was waiting for? Like the music industry people I'm talking about. Drake.
Woo! And he comes alive. Ah! The magic word. Drake. Drake. And he's like, yeah! You can see some electric coming off him and that. This is what I want to be the fucking screen, the thumbnail of the video. What is it? 2416. This is what I want to be the thumbnail of the Rascal Out video. Let me see if I can fucking screenshot this live. Why did I do that, man? What was it? 2416. Why did I do that? So fast. You know who? It's like, you know who? Drake. Nah, that gave me joy.
If Stormzy was in 2003, he wouldn't have got signed.
We know that though.
Jess Glynn is a perfect example. She shouldn't have spoke to me because she's a perfect example of what I meant. Jess Glynn, what, she got signed, whatever. Who's the writer? Jinjin, Best Beats. Prime example. Do you think Jinjin didn't want to be an artist? Do you think Jinjin...
I don't know who Jinjin is.
Into, yeah, you just be the writer. And Jinjin experienced what I'm talking about so that Jess Glynn could rock. That's why Jess Glynn, you got to be quiet. And that's the truth. That's the truth. So did Chase and Status. Anyone like who's kind of half Jewish or something and they're speaking now, they benefited. You know who the perfect person they was waiting for? Like the music industry people I'm talking about. Drake. Since the day that Drake stepped in the music industry, every single door on the planet was open. When I say every door, I'm talking about that door there. Yeah. That door, right now, no one knows him, not allowed, even if that was a listed building and they don't know one in there, so he could write his name on the wall and they won't get arrested. The music industry.
Yo, what's he saying about Drake? He's saying, what's he saying? What's he saying?
Was waiting for Drake and couldn't wait for him to get there.
So
that's why you see that thing all the time. Drake passes the Beatles for the most blah blah blah. Drake, blah 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 blah. Bare stats, bare stats. That's what this community is about. It's about stats. Do you know what it does? It sits back. All you lot are doing bare things. Go on chart metrics and that. Go on stuff. Everyone thinks they're wicked and that. Yeah, I'm on the record deal. I'm wicked. What's your name, mate? Yeah. Look on your thing, see who you are. Can tell who you are. Can tell you ain't done shit or if you have done shit. Yeah. Hold your phone. Check all the stuff, check all the stats, hit word by mouth. All of a sudden, soon as a Stormzy surfaces, boss, Stormzy, what's this then? Stormzy done quite well. He done quite well to not get anywhere near. I heard he's with that David Joseph man now. They're going to do Def Jam. But Stormzy done quite well before he let anyone get near him, right? But can you not see what I'm saying?
Bro, like...
The man's still near him. Basically, you're not allowed to do anything unless one of them is with you. And 2.5 years ago, that campaign against me started. My lawyer and my manager ganged up on me, and they're not the only... I say what I'm saying, but I'm not the only person, man, here, and I'm late to the party.
Wiley's talking stuff in this interview. He's saying bits. I'm going to have to read the comments as well. I'm trying to not comment too much to get through it, because I know like I don't like my videos getting too long, and you lot have got like concentration of goldfish, but yeah, man.
If you go on YouTube and type the divide between blacks and Jews in the music industry, or the blah blah, it's going on for time. It's been going on for time.
So this is going on for time, and we've heard about it
systemically set up. It needs to change.
So what does tomorrow look like?
We all need to come together instead of throwing ourselves to them, and then they chew you up.
I was gonna say, yeah, just like side thought. What do you lot think about Poet's body language though? Like, he's not really feeling this talk. He looks like he's kind of closed off to this part. His legs are flapping, like he's. I feel like this part of the conversation is giving him a little bit of anxiety. I'm not sure. He doesn't want to seem to co-sign this part when Wiley's like going at Drake or Stormzy. He's like he seems a bit more reserved. I'm just gonna. Did I pull it back too much? I did, you know.
My lawyer and my manager ganged up on me, and they're not the only. I say what I'm saying, but I'm not the only person, man, here, and I'm late to the party. If you go on YouTube and type the divide between blacks and Jews in the music industry, or the blah blah, it's going on for time. It's been going on for time.
So this is going on for time, and we've heard about the situation.
Systemically set up. It needs to change.
So what does tomorrow look like?
We all need to come together instead of throwing ourselves to them. And then they chew you up, spit you back out. Next thing you come back like, what's up, walk on? Like, listen, it's systemic, bro. It's fucked up. It's fucked up, bro. I swear to God, like, and you know it is. You're saying to me we shouldn't generalize with thingy, but hold on. People paint us with every brush. I'll give you an example.
I agree.
Watch. Solo 4-5. That's my brother. But what Solo 4-5 does away from me in his own life's got nothing to do with me at all. It's got nothing to do with me. That's my brother. But if he wants to, how he lives in the, bruv, I live down way quay. He lives quay. I can't control a next man's actions. But you know what? In the paper, what does it say?
What?
BBK,
It's horrible.
Skepta's friend, Wiley's friend. What's that called? About you don't want to generalise. What's that called? And who's writing those papers?
No. And
Kano.
Yeah.
The other day, there's a picture. I'm Wiley. Kano's not me. You cannot mistake Kano for me.
That was a joke.
Me and Kano, there's a difference. You get me? And I see, like, me, and then, like, my thing, and then the picture of him. Now, Kano ain't done nothing wrong, you know, to deserve that. And when I say he ain't done nothing wrong to deserve to be misplaced in a picture for Wiley on Wiley's foolishness.
It's true.
He's one man that minds his own business.
He does not deserve that.
He minds his own business.
That had me thinking, oh shit, has he upset someone?
Because he minds his own business.
Because he ain't done anything for somebody to generalise him.
No.
And I didn't see the paper. Is the paper apologised for generalising?
Possibly. I don't know. Probably
right.
not.
So, and that's not nice.
Right, come on then. Come on. Right. Let's get to
what
some.
About Kano's family who know him, and then they read that. They know it's not Wiley. They know he's not Wiley, but they read that and they look at the picture and they think, "Rah, man, why do people?"
But to be fair, I'll be honest with you. That's not to generalise. That's to make the article popular. It's a con, but it is what it is.
But Kano.
Yeah, I think they definitely did that on purpose. Got a picture of Kano instead of Wiley. I don't think man is dumb, you know. Like, I know man's not dumb. They did that on purpose. It was probably a bit of comedy, a joke, a dare. Do you know what I mean? It's funny, and it gets you talking about the article.
Is a God bless you, so he don't deserve for that mistake to be made on him, and that's how I'm saying. So you get me? It's nuts, bro, man. And like, I just think there's no point saying equality if it's not really equality, and that's what I've caught up on. Oh shit, it's not really equality. People saying it is and this and that. It's not. It's not really equality. What this is everyone come to England. You've got to try and fit in with England and the people in England who are English, and then you've got to try and do your thing, and then get a bit of your own identity, and then maybe you're going to figure out your own history, you might not. But basically, the problem that we've got is everyone is so busy trying to fit in to England and, like, get into this job and get into this and get into this and get into that. We forgot that the fucking colour of our skin, and we forgot what country we was in. Because we were in there talking to each other, not even realising, oh shit, like, we might look at this as our place, or we're born, or we're blah, 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 but there's a demographic of people, and they're wider than the amount of people we are, and they don't think that.
Yeah. Facts, man. Ain't no black in the Union Jack. Yeah? And I've always said, born and raised here, man ain't British. Obviously, man's British by passport and birth certificate, but man ain't British and man is not English. And speaking to many white people, they don't consider me as English or British. And I don't blame them, because I'm not. Same way I don't consider a white man in Africa to be African, or a Chinese man in Australia to be Australian. You know what I mean? So, yeah. I agree. I'm agreeing with Wiley now. I don't know. I think this was a good interview. Well done to Poe. I think this was a good conversation, yeah? Because it weren't really an interview. It was a conversation, yeah? And yeah, I think he done a fucking good job, mate. I think he done a good job. Like, let Wiley chat. I think Wiley, this was a better representation. Obviously, the news thing was I don't know. You looked crazy still. You looked a bit crazy. And I realised that they tried to make you look crazy, but you looked a bit crazy. But then why wouldn't you be crazy? Because what you're saying is your opinion, and they're trying to slaughter you for it. I don't think you should get slaughtered for your opinion. Like, nah, I just don't think so, man.
There are people on this planet who still just look at us like it's slavery because their brains can't fathom that we're free, because they don't even think we're free. They just think, okay, you're not free, you're just working for this system, or you're working for that system, whichever country your passport is to.
Because obviously this is now part of a wider discussion, a wider conversation.
I would love to sit down and chat to Wiley, you know. Like, yeah, Wiley, come do an interview with me, bad man. We'll talk up the things. We'll roll up the internet.
I understand your isolated incident. I think we've discussed it, we've reviewed it. I've seen you apologise it for on Sky News,
like,
and I don't know. I'm the type of man, I just don't like to speak about one thing enough. I think you've spoken enough about that, and we've had conversations before that situation. And I think the things that were important to me about off the back of that situation, personally for me, anyone can feel differently. I felt like an apology was important for the simple fact that I'm dance a yard before I dance abroad. I'm just not going to speak about your living room if my living room and kitchen's dirty, so I'll apologise. I think that's a responsibility you have as a man. And then it's about how do we re-educate the situation. Wait a minute, he's educated. He's just speaking about a demographic of individuals. All right, cool. How long has that been happening for?
You know
people
what?
To be
Stop there. One thing I'm going to say about that, like, I am not on the fence. Do not get me twisted by any means.
Oh, I know you're not.
No, not you. My apologies, like, for the generalising and stuff, yes, they're in place and stuff, but, like, my view and what I think, without the ignorance...
Yeah, no, because you're talking about...
I'm right. The Jewish community do own a lot of shit on this planet, and they do, with other societies, run the earth. They can own everything. So there's no point when I say that you say I'm anti-Semitic. There's no point. You either big up your chest about it, otherwise, why would you big up your chest or like?
So
I'm not anti-Semitic if I say the Jewish community are very powerful and they own this and they own that.
So what you're saying is
I'm not wrong. If I said the sheikhs, there's some sheikhs in Dubai and they're rich and they got oil, am I wrong?
So can I clarify that?
That's not.
You tweeted something.
No, this is before all of that.
But hear me out. You tweeted something. You've then gone on Sky News to...
Alright, Wiley's he's smashing it still. I'd love to see Wiley down the speaker's corner still. Alright, Wiley, come speaker's corner. I swear to fucking God. That's the fucking shout. That's the fucking shout. It would be a fucking madness. Who's got Wiley's number? Who's got contact with Wiley?
Apologise for parts of the tweet that you didn't mean to offend a particular people you're not speaking to, but you're saying the truth within some of the things you're saying.
Whilst looking at Twitter every day, whilst looking at Twitter, seeing what's happening.
Yeah, so what I'm saying to you now is...
What that whole community is saying.
All right, cool. So
the whole community, one wasn't saying different to the other.
I know, I don't...
And when I mentioned the chief rabbi said that black people look like monkeys, I've got to go over there. I don't know, I don't want to talk about that. When they tried to say I denied the Holocaust, I didn't deny the Holocaust.
All right, cool. But
I know the Holocaust happened.
All right, cool. But like I said, I stick to the script and I say this. So then what does the next year, 2 years, 3 years look like for Wiley?
Listen to this, yeah. A lot of people think, the people on Twitter and the people on the thing are like, we're going to shut him down, we're going to show him who we are. If you show me who you are, you're showing everyone who you are. And prior, if I said, look, this is who they are, and they just showed you.
So your thing is this.
This is who they are. Who are they, Wiley? 12 police at your door. Oh shit, is that who they are? Right, them man are moving deep, you know. Be careful, Wiley, you know, them man might offer you a... You think I'm... Mate, listen, I am not scared. I must be the one black boy in England who is not scared of who people say are scary. Because the people who I think are scary are fucking scary. The bad men that I know are the scariest monsters out here. So, for a little man in a suit with a little thing, and I'm showing you how wicked... Listen, I left the roadside to go legal. When I went legal, there was more crooks in there than the roadside.
Jeez! Bomber Clark quotables in that. I want that on the t-shirt. I want it on the fucking t-shirt. That's the fucking quotable bar. Fucking hell.
You can do
Crooks in
whatever you
suits.
want in this world, but when you do it, and whatever it is that you wanted to do, whatever job it is, it doesn't matter. One day, you might leave that job, or you might get fired, or you said something, and Twitter or something, they found a tweet, they come and sack, or whatever. We are living in a very touchy time. It's like real life doesn't really exist anymore. So everyone's on the net. We're in touchy times, the world is changing, and if there was ever a time to say anything or challenge your fears or, you know, say something that you know, the time is now, mate. If there was ever a time, because if we don't speak and we don't have a view or opinion or a point to make, even if we're in the wrong or right, we won't get to sit down and challenge with those who disagree or agree anyway. I could sit with the same rabbi who said black people look like monkeys. I could sit with him.
Yeah.
And I could say to him, do you know what, mate? I wondered this. He could ask me why I said what I said.
Yeah.
And I would say to him, you know what? Why did you say that, black people? Like, do you really... Did you say it just because you look at the features and you just felt it? Or did you say it like in a way that it was you being nasty? I could sit with him and say that.
Facts. And talk.
Wiley,
Yes, man. I fucking
sit
rate
here and talk to you forever.
Yeah, yeah. But you know,
got a
you
flight
don't know.
to catch.
Yeah.
I've come down, I've spoken to you.
Are you in damn?
I think one thing I say is you're the most interesting person I've ever met in my whole entire
it's
life.
damn.
It's weird, isn't it? It's
You're one of the
weird,
most
bro, because I
interesting
didn't
people
step it. I didn't, when I met you, I wasn't trying to be, but we've always been slaves. We've always been been made to be scapegoated. This make an example of me is not the first time that someone has made an example of someone who spoke out.
Yeah.
And what I will say is, you might feel that we're free. I know you're free, get paid, you can buy your Balenciaga, but that's my point. That's not freedom. That's just you pleasing yourself for your own special desires. Like,
that means that
that ends.
Do you know why that's not? Do you know why I know that's not freedom anyway? Because you have to make black pounding. Yeah, but that's a whole nother conversation.
That was a sick fucking interview, man. And Wiley, yeah, you did bits. You did bits, bro. You did bits. I might have got a tune. I might have a tune called "Why Would I Care," where I'm mocking the fact that you got MBE or OBE, and I'm saying I'd rather hit the queen with a weapon. But you know, like hearing you talk on this, I fucking rate it, man. Let me just see what these comments are saying. Would never disrespect anybody. Wagwan for Miles, then Poe. Miles is the person on the... Anyway, yeah. More crooks in there than the roadside. No lies, all facts. Wiley's woke. Protect him. Wow. Feel for Wiley, man. Which poet was able to speak up more? But we know the repercussions of that. Big up Wiley every time. Funny how Sky News didn't report the Ben Cook story. When you're so early, there's no one to nice. To nice with the timestamps. Why didn't the media challenge what Wiley said when he stated facts? Instead, everybody, including our own, wants to be scared of because of what Jays think. Wiley is from Graham, aka our culture. We should never allow the Jays to shut him down. Who's that? London Taylor, you know? Seen. Wiley is lucky to have a mate like Poet. He needs friends like this more than ever. Poet dropped this interview at the perfect time. Yeah, man. This is who you are, and they showed you. Wiley's fucking sick. The silence from the UK and Graham UK hip hop scene on this topic is deafening. Right, yeah, man. So yeah, listen, that was definitely hard. Big up Poet, big up Wiley, big up Filthy Fellas. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Go over to their page, show them some love. Let them know that Jedi's done a reaction. Come check out the reaction. It's all done in, like, you know, good spirit and whatever. I kept it real with what I thought. It is what it is. I came, I saw, I fucking conquered. You get me? Yeah, I'm gone, man. But yeah, hope you lot enjoyed that, innit? Like, comment, share, subscribe, and follow me on everything. All the things. All the stuffs. Peace.